here is the table of data that I want to share with perhaps sort of 10 or 12 of my work colleagues. Basically, they want to be able to see all of this read only. They can't edit it, but I want them to be able to keep up to date with what's going on. They don't need to see all the menus because they can't really use them. And so what I'm going to do now is flip down here and look at share dBO. It seems to be grayed out, and it'll tell you why it's grayed out. You cannot share this database object. The database master is not public. Open the database properties dialog, check it's public, and then save the database. Well, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to explain what's going on while we do it. Here is the master database, and you can see it contains two tables. The one we've been dealing with, my table, and another one, another table. The properties here is there, and here is the public flag. Let's press OK to that. And what it doesn't tell you is that the database is not made public until you've actually saved it back onto the server. Now, what's happened here is that up till now, only I could actually get in to see this database, and only I could edit it, and I had to log in order to be able to do that. What I've now done is made it public, which means a read-only copy is available over the internet. What you do want to do is to make sure that if, for instance, you are sharing this master database, make sure that there isn't anything secret or private or confidential in any of these other tables. Because although you're principally sharing that one, this one, the whole rest of the database will be visible and available. Now if I go in here, I'll find that share dBO is actually not grayed out, and I can click on it. Now we're doing this on a desktop, which means that actually I can only share using the email client. I'm going to share to email addresses in that case, and if this was on a it could be any number of email addresses. If this was on a mobile phone, you would have got the standard mobile phone share dialog, which would have allowed you to share to Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, or any of the others. We'll hit OK there, and then it's asking me if I want to leave, which actually I'm not leaving, but it is because it's going to open my mail client window. There you see it's sending to those two email addresses, and it's sending this link. So if you look at this, it's sharing the database master, but it's going to open on the database object, my table, as the first page. So if you send that, and then I'll flick in here, this is my little email client for test1@AJSQL, and there is the database, there is the email turning up, and here is the link. Now if I copy and paste that link into a tag, we'll see that there is the data that we actually have shared. What you'll also see is that if I flick back one, there is the home page of master, and there is the other table. So although you can define what page the database will open on, you can actually still navigate around as if you were back in the editor. Important thing to realize now, I'm going to turn this off just for a second, go back to the original, and let's make it editable again, and close that window. Now things have moved on slightly. George has now done another test, and he's improved his score slightly, in that he didn't get so many wrong this time round. And we're now going to save that, and with the updated data, save all, and I'm going to flick back to here. This is the data that we have shared. Now obviously you can see it hasn't changed at the minute, But if I would refresh that, it would then ask you if you want to leave the page, and there the data has changed. So once you've given somebody a link, they can, every time they refresh the link, they can actually see the most recent and updated data. So that's the simplest way of sharing a piece of data very quickly from this system. There are lots of other ways, and we'll start working through those in the following tutorials. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.